So here's coming the fourth part of What's New in Autodesk Inventor 2018, a deep dive into new functionality. This is still Andreas Wagner and I'm working as a designated support specialist in the Enterprise Priority Support at Autodesk. In this section we are going to cover the drawing improvements and enhancements. If you feel to see a déjà vu, you are right. We handled this dialog box already in the assembly design enhancements. The difference? This slide applies to Inventor drawing files. So we just focus on the bullet points. You already know, the find command is accessed via an icon now, and the last saved information is now below the thumbnail preview. Specific for drawings, you have the combo box for opening in full or defer mode, which has been added, and in the File Options dialog box, the Full or Express Mode combo button replaces the Defer Updates and Fast Open checkboxes. The Drawing View dialog box has slightly changed. Compared to Inventor 2017, you have the Enable Disable Feature Preview checkbox in the lower left corner active now. This checkbox was still grayed out until release 2017. The preview is checked by default, meaning the preference is to display a preview rather than a bounding box. Further, the contents of the Display Options tab have been rearranged. The checkboxes, User Work Features and all model dimensions moved to the newly added Recovery Options tab. Here you can also find the Include Surface Bodies checkbox. The option to include surface bodies in drawing views is added to the Drawing View dialog box. By default, surface bodies are not included in drawing views. When placing a view, you can include surface bodies by checking the option on the Recovery Options tab in the dialog box. Yes, you've most likely seen the checkbox Include Mesh Bodies, but let me cover that in the next slide, please. So the support for displaying and documenting mesh objects has been added to drawing views. Mesh objects participate in all view types and can be annotated. The option to display mesh objects is off by default. When placing a view, go to the Recovery Options tab and specify your view preferences. Okay, here is a lightweight enhancement to have a small thought break. You can now add a text border around the text and delete the text. In the Format Text dialog box, select the drop-down arrow as shown and select Text Border. Collate comes along with the Inventor 2018.2 update and is added as an option to the Print Drawing dialog box. The new Collate option is available when the drawing has more than one sheet and you specify to print 2 or more copies. Coming to the end for the drawing enhancements, I'd like to cover that you can select multiple closed profiles in a sketch now and apply the Fill Hatch command to all of them. Previously, you could only add one hatch region at a time in drawing sketches.